Y'all see me. Y'all see me. Y'all see me. I got my Bears gear on, got my hoodie on. It's on today because y'all been talking shit about my Bears, man. And I'm getting really sick and tired of y'all talking about my Bears, okay? Like I said before, we going to the playoffs, okay? Hey, man, the Bears really came out and punched the Steelers dead in the mouth. I'm talking 31-28. Chicago took that W like it belonged to them. Caleb Williams threw 239 yards and 3 touchdowns. Steelers tried to fight back, but Chicago slammed the door shut. Then you got Wendell Carter Jr. and Angel Reese saying they beat Bam out of Bayou and Asia Wilson 11-0 in a 2-on-2. And after that smoke, we're moving into relationship talk. And yes, we're going to talk about emotional intimacy, what it is, what it ain't, and why most folks ain't built for it. And let's cook. Like I said, I'm in war mode today, baby. I got my Bears gear on, okay? Bear down, Bear Nation. Bears stand up, baby. Yo, this is Heartbeat Arena, unfiltered sports and unfiltered life. Let's get into this Bears game, y'all. So, as we all know, the Bears versus the Steelers. Here's the breakdown of it. We're going to go over the numbers, okay? Let's just talk facts now. Bears 31, Steelers 28, okay? You had Caleb Williams, who was 19 for 35. He threw for a total of 239 yards and had 3 touchdowns, right? Kyle Monaghy had 12 carries, total 48 rushing yards with 1 touchdown. Then you had DJ Moore, who had 5 catches, right? Total of receiving yards, 64 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, right? Then you had Colston Loveland, who had 1 touchdown. Team as a total between these groups was a total of like 200, not 200, 328 yards, right? Now, we got the Steelers offense, right? You had Mason Rudolph. Yes, I said it, y'all. Mason Rudolph, who was 24 for 31. He threw for a total of 171 yards. He had 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Then you had Kenneth Gainwell, who had 10 carries and a total of 92 yards rushing, right? Then you had Jalen Warren, who had 18 carries. He had a total rushing of 68 yards. He had a touchdown, right? Now, this offense, right? Steelers offense had a total of 345 yards, right? Time of possession, Steelers had was 33 minutes, 9 seconds. The Bears' time of possession was 26 minutes, 51 seconds. Here's where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting at right here. Third down conversions, right? The Steelers, 57%, and the Bears, 53%. Turnovers. Both teams gave up 2 turnovers, right? Takeaways and points. Bears scored 14 points off turnovers. Bears, baby. Told you. My Bears ain't playing around with y'all. Yards per play. Bears 5.7. Steelers 5.5. Okay. This is where I need the Bears to clean it up at. It was the penalties. The Bears had 7 penalties for a total of 83 yards. Fellas, we got to get that cleaned up. We almost in the playoffs, okay? When we go against them teams, we can't be having 7 penalties totaling up to 83 yards, okay? The Steelers had 6 penalties that total up to a total of like 47 yards, right? But this is where the momentum has swung, right? The Bears dominated the third quarter, right? Then the game winner with the fourth down pass breakup by the Bears defense. Key play, strip sack by Montez Sweat. Now, before y'all ask, yes, Aaron Rodgers was scared. He ain't want that smoke. He ain't want that smoke. He was scared, right? Of course he ain't play against us, right? Dude was out with the wrist injury. So yes, Mason Rudolph did start the game, y'all. But listen, Steelers still controlled the clock, outgained the Bears, converted more third downs. They just didn't win the moments, the key moments. They didn't win them, right? I mean, I could break it down in so many ways. Like the Steelers did more stuff. They had more yards, more time with the ball, more first downs. But the Bears did the important stuff. Ask anybody, it's the important things that matter in the game. Touchdowns, turnovers, big stops. That's like two kids cleaning their rooms, right? One kid cleans longer but cleans dumb stuff, right? The other kid cleans fast but cleans the important stuff first. Guess whose room looks better? Deanie Dean, the kid who cleans smart, not long. And that's the Bears, right? And let's just call it what it is. Honestly, that's kind of like how relationships work, right? You spend hours talking, arguing, texting, posting, but if you don't handle the big, important moments, still losing. Steelers did a lot. Bears did what mattered. Same thing in love, y'all. Telling you. Now, let me take a sip of this real quick. Check this out. We got some NBA chaos going around, right? With Wendell Carter Jr. and Angel Reese talking real crazy out there, right? Let's get into it. So, Wendell Carter Jr. and Angel Reese said they beat Bam Adebayo and Asia Wilson 11-0 in a 2-on-2. 11-0? Is you crazy? What y'all smoking? Y'all must be smoking that crack pack, man, for real, straight up, because Bam is a top defender, right? Asia Wilson is a whole legend, MVP, champion, and a killer on the court, right? And you telling me y'all won't let them score 1 point? That's wild. That's a wild take right there. But I like it though. Sports need delusional confidence, right? Life needs delusional confidence because greatness doesn't start logical. It starts with belief, right? Holding them to zero. Y'all must be out y'all damn mind. Oh man. Let's transition. Let's get into the final segment of the show, man. Relationship talk. Right? Zero. Wendell Carter Jr. and Reese holding Pam and Aisha Wilson. Man, please. Okay. All right. I'm back. I'm focused. All right. Here's the discussion, right? Emotional intimacy, right? What is it? All that stuff, right? Look, emotional intimacy equals feeling safe to be real, right? If you can't be your real self around them, you don't have intimacy. You have acting lessons, right? Second, you got vulnerability equals mandatory, right? Now, you can't build closeness without vulnerability. Everybody wants love. Nobody wants to open up, though. And that's kind of crazy. Then you have truth being greater than mind reading, right? Now, let's stop playing detective. Just stop. Stop playing detective. Say what you feel. Stop making your partner guess. Yet, we still have people that do that, right? Judgment kills intimacy. If I share a fear and you clown me, congratulations. You just killed the intimacy, right? Intimacy grows from emotional safety, right? Emotional intimacy is knowing who you can fall on when life punches you in the face, right? So let's talk about this just for a little bit, y'all. Just for a little bit, right? I wanna go back up to emotional intimacy, meaning feeling safe to be around someone. Like that's the biggest thing as we close out 2025, right? I like to call it Q4. Well, it is Q4, but anyways, you have to be real with whomever you're around. Because if you real and not be judged, then that's how intimacy starts. You know, now if you can't be real and you constantly are changing yourself just to appease this person, that's when it becomes just acting lessons. Okay. The vulnerability, equaling mandatory, right? In a relationship, it should be fine to be vulnerable, right? You should be able to be vulnerable with your partner. However, though, if you don't open up, then you're not gonna be intimate. It's not gonna create it. Okay. That's just what it is, right? Now, this is the part that I want to harp on something real quick, right? I want to harp on truth mind reading, right? Listen, nobody wants to be a detective. Nobody wants to assume, okay? So please don't make your partner guess. Don't make them assume. Just tell her what it is, even if it hurts, okay? Things do hurt, right? If you say it in the right tone and use better wording, how you say things and the tone in which you say it in matters, okay? Especially when you're in a relationship, right? Judgment kills intimacy. Now, this is pretty self explanatory. Nobody wants to be judged for the things they do or have done in their past life, right? And you shouldn't make no different of that with the person you are with, okay? Now, telling somebody they're wrong or telling someone they might be gaining weight, that's just truth. It's not judging, it's just the truth, right? If that is what it is, right? Now, intimacy grows from emotional safety. Again, your partner has to feel safe, right? Knowing they can fall in love when life punches them in the face. Because right now, during these times, it's hard out there, right? And the one thing your partner does not want to do is be able to come home and not feel love. So, with that, yeah, this was episode 75. Bears didn't win the stats, they won the moments. Wendell and Angel Reese are smoking that crack pipe. Okay, I need them to put that down now. And emotional intimacy, the biggest moment in relationships. If you can't be real, if you can't be honest, if you can't be vulnerable, you are not, I repeat, you are not in love. You are in a performance. Okay? But drop your thoughts. Who wins the 2-on-2? What does emotional intimacy mean to you? This your boy Trillionaire Chuck. Stay raw, stay real, and stay loyal. I'm out.